Hey guys, Dominus here with another part of Sovereign Syndicate. We are on the chapter 2 playing as Claire Reed. Now I hope you enjoyed the first 3 parts. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it, and let's get into the video. Welcome back everybody. So, we talked to the Green Street. He asked too much money from us to get a permit for the ship, so we need to get more money. But first let's check what we can find over here. A wharf engineer. A studious man turns away from his workbench where the innards of an open watch face glint in the sun. He momentarily loses focus and a steel spring twangs in my direction. Dodge the spring. Failure. I'd rather not start this conversation with an unsightly welt in the middle of my forehead. I guess the spring's trajectory a moment too late, and it strikes me between the eyes. Perhaps this clumsy gentleman will mistake the welt for rouge. Oh, surely it is after all the newest fashion to apply rouge to the forehead. Oh, you blazing mechanical fuzzler. I didn't see you there, miss. He shifts his demeanor with a practiced smile. What a clean lady. Here at the Arsenal warehouse, number 3, we take pride in cleanliness. Pardon me, miss, for the temporary mishandling. Whom do I have the pleasure of meeting on this fine day? Don't worry about it, my name is Clara Reed, and yours? Dante Ziegler, at your service. What brings you to the wharf? Oh, this is not a butchery? What a terrible mistake on my part. I was just passing by and I thought I would stop a moment to see what you're working on. Ah, well, I beg your pardon again, Miss Clara, but I'm a bit busy at the moment. Busy waiting, that is, for my illustrious employer to finally arrive and give the orders of the day. That will be Lord Braxton at Arsenal. Arsenal Engines, producer of consumer machines and advanced devices. Lord Braxton wears wonderfully clean suits, and that means he's a good man. The man can be an absolute tyrant to his employees, whilst managing to completely ignore them at times. Makes me wonder what he's up to in his private life, but I'm not one to pry. It doesn't seem like this man knows about my vocation. I've heard that there are some remarkable goings-on at Arsenal. Like you wouldn't believe, Lord Braxton has his fingers in all kinds of pots, high, low, everywhere in between. I take it you're the sort to collect and pay for cogs. We got some cogs, so let's hope for that. Sharp eyes on you, indeed. I'd be happy to take any cogs out of your pockets and fill them up with money. Sell the cogs you collected, or we keep them for now. Let's sell the cogs, I guess. Here you go, kind fellow. Appreciate it. What sort of things is Lord Braxton involved within high society? Don't tell anyone I said so, but the industrialists are the real power in this country, and Parliament merely their mouthpieces. Despite that, it would seem that ruling from the shadows is enough for these blokes. I have heard the Arsenal has some kind of endgame scenario in the works. So Silas is scheming to change things. I wouldn't call that news, but the way this fellow says endgame makes me a bit nervous. I hope you don't mind my prying, but exactly what sort of automation is this? The kind that gives me a headache. I am designated Trash Retrieval and Processing Unit. TRAP. It's one of several that roam around the warehouse, bumping into walls every couple of minutes before correcting course into another wall. For some reason, It thinks it should stand here and bother me. Mr. Ziegler produces a large amount of garbage. His suit is not clean. And what is your opinion of Mr. Ziegler? Outstanding moral character is correlated with cleanliness. Hey, Trap, I think I see a mess in the water over there, right off the edge of the dock. Yeah, so they're a fun lot. Lord Braxton mixed in with the lowborn, that beggars believe. I doubt a fine lady such as yourself would have seen such things, but certain undesirable elements have been seen traipsing around with mechanical augmentations. Some say they bear the arsenal maker's mark. Scandals, Molly and the Dockhounds in bed with Silas. I guess I'm not the only one. It certainly sounds like Lord Braxton has been keeping busy. Busy, right. It's been a pleasure, Miss Clara, but I'm afraid I need to get back to my project. Good day. And they say women are gossips. I can imagine what this man would reveal after a few drinks. Loose lip sinks airships. Okay, let's see what's in the slack pile. Oh, we checked that before. Okay. Okay, so we moved down from the airship platform. We checked this entire area. Let's check our journal first. So we need to search for more fans. That's kind of side quest. It's in discover more about Philip's romance. Okay. And this is the main one. Speak with the man with the Green Street and acquire passage on the ship. We don't have enough money, so let's explore everything else. Let's go up the street and talk to the swivel crane. Oh, it's the swivel crane. He's not a guy with the name Swivel Crane, sorry. Judging by the rust on its finish, that crane hasn't seen use in a long time. Stray Dog. That's his name, Stray Dog. Okay. That's a blue metal collie. Strange seeing a purebred without the collar. Perhaps he ran away. Looks like he's been a few brawls at that. Needs a proper meal if you ask me. Toss him the fish from Felipe. Bit stinky, I'm afraid, but I hope you like it. He sniffs it, but doesn't seem interested. Perhaps that sort of salty fare is better fit for a feline. Snatch it back. Failure. Oh no. Sayings about that's going to leave a scratch. Don't I have... Okay. Well, something. Okay, we will find something for the stray dog. Let's talk to the newsboy. Madam, have you heard? Ladies like yourself are being targeted. For now it's sunny, sure, but you'd better tuck in early tonight. Oh, he's a cyclop. Now, what is this little puppet yammering about? His concern is genuine, despite the fact that he is slinging newspapers. A bright young capitalist, if I ever saw one. The name is Rob, madam, and you might as well add a little. Most people think I'm short for a cyclops, but I'm still growing honest. Back home at the tenements, I keep track of it with a yardstick tapped to the wall. That's an awfully strange way to introduce yourself, even for the East End. Does it trouble you so much that you are a bit smaller than the average Cyclops? I suppose it does, Mrs. If there was some kind of potion or charm I could take to speed things up, but that's just a dream. I'd better focus on my business. Here's hoping your business grows well. Speaking of business, care for the latest blood boiler. I also have a bulletin covering other goings on. Only 1 penny. What is it you're selling, broadsides? And choirs of sheet music. not to mention the latest on the courtesan killer. A story that could well have been written about me should Lady Luck abandon me so. Here is a shilling, but keep the broadside. Tell me what you've heard about this mystery killer. Everyone's got their own pet opinion, but I think the ladies have been killing themselves. I heard from a chap at a tavern who had it from a stevedore that people been having these fits where they tears themselves apart. Looks just like they was chopped up with a hatchet. Suppose any theory is better than what the coppers have presented, which is blunt enough, I think. Perhaps I'll ask around at the Rose if I have the time. Yeah, let's choose this one. Task started, the courtesan killer. Thanks, madam. I'd best be going now, little duck. Watch out for hobnails, don't work too hard, although shoes will be worn down come winter. Recruitment poster. What's up here? Throw off the yoke of despotic gang bosses and join the Duckhounds. Big money and lifetime loyalty wait. £10 signing bonus. At the bottom in smaller print, must be able to lift a grain sack equal roughly to a young dwarf. How specific. Okay. Navy officer. Let's talk to him. Oh there, don't sway away from me too soon. Name is Glenn Forrester, a lieutenant in the Royal Navy. Humor him. A Navy man. Well, I'm Clara Reed. It's a pleasure to be acquainted. That's right. Well, I'm retired to be precise, but active service took me all over the Mediterranean. If you ever want a sea tale, I'm your man. Listen to his tale. This encounter took place upon Thrinacia, a rocky little island barely worthy of a name, to the southwest of Sicily. I was the officer in charge of a team of 7 sent ashore to replenish our fresh water. The land is quite barren there, they must have been hard-pressed. When at last we found a stream high in the hills, we were ambushed by a cyclops, but this was more like the great monster who terrorized Odysseus than our London cyclopes tradesmen and scientists and what have you. I've heard tell of them before. Cyclops in remote areas ranging from above the city dwelling folk. This creature was wild, animalistic, and a meter taller than any man or woman that I have seen before of their ilk. He jumped down from a high ledge, focused on us rather than our stack of water casks, upon which he broke a leg. He was little trouble to vanquish them. Okay, let's keep listening to the story. Saints above, I had feared some kind of disaster. At least you didn't lose any men. What troubles me about the ambush on Thrinacia is that from then on I've been consumed with anti-cyclops prejudice. Bigotry runs rampant throughout London and the world for that matter, at least he admits it. Logically, I know it is wrong to judge an entire species based on one harrowing event, so I strive to be conscious of these emotions, the better to counter them. I know how that feels. People often think less of me because I'm a woman. Okay, prejudice can often get the better of us. For example, everyone takes me for a dolly, someone who needs a male escort to defend herself. People often think less of me because I'm a woman. As a dark-skinned man in the Navy, I faced this sort of travail. It was the work of many long years to achieve the rank of lieutenant, times in which I gave everything I had to my country. Poor fellow, his wooden leg is testament to that. My point is, there are great odds stacked against certain people, and one must be vigilant as one rises up, not to become caught up in the tipping of scales against the meek. I was expecting a sea tale and I got so much more. Thank you for your enlightening story, Glenn. happy as ever to share my side of things, and here is my way of saying thanks for lending me an ear. He passes me a bottle of brown liquor. Jonathan Silver Gin, okay, a little something I picked up on one of my seafaring adventures. Why, thank you, honey, you shouldn't have. No trouble, though. Ask him something else. I'm curious about something, Mr. Forrester. Now that you're retired, what do you fill the hours with? Well, I must admit, the pension isn't much to write home about, so I work a couple of side jobs. And what might those be? Isn't he some kind killer or something? Sorry, Miss Reed, but I prefer my business affairs private. Begging your pardon. Best not to press him, he's already grown nervous. Not to worry, Glenn, I'm not a nosy Nelly. Appreciate it, Miss Reed. Take care of yourself. Okay, we don't want to go to Sorry Square yet, let's check the tavern first. A stunning invention for its time, though a bit dated now, what with the steam-powered velocimotives I've seen along the avenues. The spokes are patinated with rust, it must not be getting much use. All the same, I'm surprised it hasn't been stolen, sitting out in open like this. Okay, let's head into the tavern. Shuttered till later in the day. Oh. Okay. Well, then we need to go to the Sorry Square. Let's check if I explored everything down here. Yeah, we talked to the Felipe and the fisherman. We need to find the girl he loves. Okay, let's go to the square then. I'd better not leave the wharf until I talk to Green Street. Well, we talked to him. He said we need to get more money. A pity to have to turn to him for a passage across the pond. Miss Reed, Miss Green Street. So, I guess the game didn't save. Okay, we'll do it again. Say to my curiosity for a moment, why do you need me when you have such prestigious bedfellows as Lord Braxton? Okay, I'm gonna do the same as I did in the part 3. In my line of work, one learns it's foolish to ask a favor from one's clientele. Very well, I rescind my question as only because a man of his stature could assist with this predicament. Predicament due to the recent import shortage of rubber gum from the Congo, the peelers have been engaging in more thorough dog inspections to keep the demand from reaching an underground market. He shoots me a look while scanning the horizon. The port's usual watchman refused my bribe, either the coppers are paying them better or they are putting the fear of God in him. He grits his teeth around his pipe. That means changes to our agreement on smuggling you out of here. I'll need a double rate by tomorrow night. That's as generous as I'm willing to get while the constable's breathing down my neck. Okay, so previously we chose this, so let's just do the same thing. Green Street removes his pipe. We won't, an unfortunate situation, but I've crawled out of worse. You compose yourself well, Miss Reed, but I've seen jackrabbits chew their own limbs off to escape a snare, only to bleed out and paces past. Desperation is in the eye of a very trapped animal. You must know it's... Yeah, we chose this one. And we offered him our services as courtesan. His toothy grin drops where I hope it will grow wider. Though it is not gone completely, he appears more amused if anything. Sure, I'll take payment in francs if you wish. I visit Mediterranean ports just as often as English ones. We chose this one. Care to show me how the doll is frolic in the Mediterranean? There it is, there's the hungry look I was expecting. Sure, I'll tell you what I tell them. Cash up front, then maybe we can talk about some of it finding its way back to you. Sans life, if he doesn't fancy me for a quet, then I'll have to find another card to play. China misread, it's not also dour. Lesser miracles have already happened. My contact pulled through. He takes the letter by fold wallet from his breast pocket. Go on, take a closer look. I untied the leather dust and revealed the plated papers. There is an even, authentic-looking wax stamp. A new identity, mine for the taking. This alone costs a small fortune. Your tale is you've come to the Dominion of Canada to claim inheritance from your great-uncle who served as a soldier under Napoleon. That is a neat story. With the coup going on in France, any attempts to verify my familiar origins would be a nightmare. I'll be taking that back for now. How am I meant to measure its legitimacy? If you want, let me look. Suppose you'll just have to take my word. Greenstreet tucks the documents into his breast pocket. If I am not here in the docks, then you'll find me at the tavern, gather up the capital, and we'll be ready to leave or come down. Now, what am I to do? Okay, I'm gonna skip this part for the video. We already been through this. Okay, I skipped through that dialogue and let's try to get in the tower now or go to the square. Shutter till later in the day. Okay. And now we have we need to meet with Madame Zora at the Velvet Rose upstairs at the Palladium. Before my performance tonight, I should tie up any loose ends. Okay, we need to pay the courtesan killer quest, and we need to talk to Dolores Chen. Okay, so anyway, we want to go to the Sorry Square. In Sorry Square, the eastern crossroads of commerce and vice, the medieval cobbles still bear the weight of modern wheels and footwear. The streets, alleys and plazas have avoided being pressed into the bilious black of macadam gracing the lanes around Piccadilly, Kensington and other wealthy areas. You've heard it said that due to an ongoing trademark dispute, each individual stone would need to be granted a day in court before its removal to make way for smoother pavement. Sorry Square's amenities and surroundings attract people of varying moralities. In so the elites of London rarely cross the River Lea, and anything east of Aldgate is commonly held as out of bounds except for urgent errands. Okay, so we came from the wharf. Okay, so in this chapter the map opened a bit more. I would like to turn the camera around. Cookfire. Ah, the dance of the flames in the open air recalls my travels with the Romani, where every morning brought fresh air and new vistas, and when our luck ran low, we simply shared what we had instead of squabbling over money. So Romani are the ethnic group of traditionally itinerant people originating from northern India. So gypsies basically, yeah. But these folks aren't on a romantic adventure. They are cold and hungry, and camaraderie can only do so much to alleviate troubles like that. Got -5 hope. Okay. Let's move up the street. There is a broken window here. A lightning bolt fracture runs down this otherwise remarkably clean window. Look closer. On the ground beneath it lies a mass of tiny gears and lacy aluminium feathers. Is that a steel talon by the wayside or just a hobnail? This automated bird must have flown blindly into the glass. I know it wasn't really a living creature, but there's something too terrible to consider about this whole scene. I had best keep walking. Well, we got another -5 to our hope. Okay, stew bum. Sadly, there are a lot of vagrants in this end of London. If I ever met this fellow, I can't recall his name. Oh, good day to you, sir. Madam, who you might be. Call me Clara Reed. Why the woe-begone look? Is something wrong? Well, yes, something is wrong, since you asked. I'm awfully dry, my lady. Parched something fierce. The name is Paul Pickett, by the by. Don't suppose you could help a man who's down on his luck? Tell him to get a job. Give him half a shilling. Give him half a shilling. I understand what it's like to be at the end of your rope. Here you are, Mr. Pickett. Oh, bless you, Mom. We got +5 hope. Good. But you never know what to expect from the answers, so... London solutions to vagrants sleeping on a sidewalk. Does this hide the issue or simply cause people to equate vagrants with corpses? Yeah, well, that looks like a gravesite. Let's loot. We got that. Open barrel. Can I see map somehow? Because I can't. Best give that barrel a wide berth. I can smell it from here. Sure, let's talk to this guy. Kevin Dawson at your service. Any of my choice cut sketch in your way? How much money do we have? We got... Okay, we got £5, 8 shillings and 8 pence. Okay, so... we got enough, yeah, let's purchase the meat. I could use the sustenance. A proper choice, you know where to find me if I ever get peckish again. Okay, let's go and feed the dog first, since we got the meat, before I forget about that. I hope he likes the raw meat. Maybe we can cook it? No. Too ambitious to expect. Okay, here's the collie. How about this raw meat? Heading Wolfie down, hope he won't forget this kindness. Tata, Mr. Collie, I can't spend all day cavorting with animals. Okay. One task done. I kinda wanna go back and do every quest there is, so I'm not overwhelmed with quests on the left. Okay, let's go back. We know now where to find a butcher if we need any more meat. Okay, let's go this way up the street. Poster. A poster encouraging werewolves to report to the containment zone from day before the full moon until the day after. The poster might as well say London will be safer if werewolves know their place. On the bright side. Society is hard-pressed to cut them any slack, but at least there are medications nowadays, like moon cream. Prohibitively expensive topical cream that slows or reduces but does not remove the effects of lycanthropy. For those who can afford it. Okay, we got some big areas here. Costermonger. Fine fruits and vegetables from Gulliver Dawson up for sale. Can I help the lady find something in particular? Let's purchase the fruit. Eye-catching fare indeed. Wonder if it tastes just as great. This one's suitably ripe, so I'd wager so. Can I taste it? Oh, we get 5 hope for the fruit. Okay. Okay guys, I'm gonna end part 4 here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. I will be uploading the part 5 soon as well. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon in the next one.